Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new part on the painting of the Angron. So first of all, I want to apologize. It's been quite a while since my last video. I lost a little bit the motivation, and yeah, and this pushed me a little bit out. And also, I had some visits, and the room is shared with the guest rooms. So it's been several things that put me away from painting. But now I hope I can be back to paint on a more regular basis. I hope to finish this soon, and then we can start a new project. I think I need to finish this guy and then start a new project to start having more motivation. So we are going to paint this guy. We are going to paint the face and some of the ornaments he has. Remember, in the previous part we did the armor with this rusted effect that you see here. Okay, and now we are going to do the face, and we are going to do other ornaments that we have on him. Okay, so we are going to do first, I want to do the skulls that are hanging around his belt, and we are going to use first as a base. I want to have a nice and even base, and I'm going to use, we can use this one, palette witch flesh. Okay, checking it. My paints are not too bad. So we are going to apply the palette witch flesh on him. And once this is done, then we are going to apply the contoured paint. But first I want to clean up any mistake that I have done the previous steps. So we are going to apply this carefully. Okay, so I will do that and I'm back for the next step. Okay, we have applied the palette witch flesh on the skulls, okay, on both sides of the belt. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a shade while the skulls are drying. I'm going to apply a shade on the face, and I'm going to use Aqua's air shade, okay, to make deeper shades and have and start having popping up the different expression of the face. Of shake it well. Always these paints, just not checking it correctly, check them well to be sure that the medium is well mixed, because if not you can have undesired glossiness. And then we are going to apply this over the face, okay, as well on the mouth, especially inside the mouth. You want to have dark color, you can really soak the inner. And the eye, you really want to make this, the different parts pop up. You can see that part of the paint has been rubbed off when I was painting other parts. This is not a problem, so we are going to do that. And now I'm waiting that this dries before doing any further step. I'm thinking if I will keep it like that on the table, so like that on the table, so to ensure that I have the shade where I need it. I will remove a little bit from the eyes. I don't want them to be extremely dark. Okay, so I will put it on I will rest it on the table, and I'm waiting with this device. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Seraphim Sepia on the skulls. Take We'll apply this. Try that to avoid this pulling, but at the same time ensure that the eyes are getting filled with the Seraphim Sepia. You apply, as you can see in the video. And then with the other side, and again we weighted this device. So I do the other side, I weighted this device and I back. Okay, so this is how the skulls look like once the contrast have dry. I will leave it like that and I will focus now on the face, okay? I will start with the most internal parts. See, I have white dots, so I will correct this later on. Now we are going to start, I will start with the mouth. And to start with the mouth, I will start with the tongue. So going from the inside, and I will give a purple contrast on the tongue, okay? Just to give a different color. Okay, like that. To go as well at the bottom. I will let it dry. And while this is drying, I will start to paint the teeth. And the teeth I will start with a yellow color. I will start with this one, Ariel yellow, and I will apply this on the teeth and the eyes, okay? So let me close this, I don't want to close here an accident. We're going to start, for example, we start with the eyes. I want to paint the eyes. With this yellow. Okay, I want to do the same on the other eye. Something like that. Okay, this is better. But don't worry if you go a little bit out of the eye, because we are going to correct this later on. Okay. And we're going to apply the same yellow on the teeth. We're going to give a yellowish tone before adding the white. Okay, I'm going to start doing this on all the teeth. Okay, so I will do that, and I will be back once this is done. Yeah, there is not much to say, it's just try to be as precise as possible. And you go teeth by teeth, applying the yellow. Okay. keep sharpening your brush when it's pushing out with the tip. And we paint the teeth. Okay, so I will keep doing that, and I will be back for the next step. Next step, I'm going to use Tvol's layer orange, and with that I will paint the eyes again, but this time I will do like that. Here. I don't do the full eye, I do just like if it was the pupil, just to give like orange touch. And now I'm going to use this color, Reynolds Height, okay, and I'm going to do the I'm going to apply it around the eye to frame the eye like was shaded before. Here, okay, and you see here I have some white. I will apply the same color there, and I will use the same color to do this type of horns here. I want to start see how this will look like, and I want to do this in a very dark. I will go almost to black at the end, because I think this will give a very threatening face to him. Okay, we are going to clean up as well here. Like that. Okay. Something like that. Now it's looking quite scary. I do the horns, as I said. Like that. Like that. That, and I'm thinking you want to give this type of finishing here on top. Okay. Don't forget the bottom, so I will do this, and I'm back. So while working with the Reynolds height, I also realized I want to do something. I want to frame more the expression of the face. So I'm going to go in the deep recesses with this brown, and I will start doing the shading. Okay. And also do the shading here. You can see here I go softer with the brown. This will increase the threatening. I want to have quite a good contrast on the face, so apply it in all the recesses of the face. So I use the washes, and here that is too dark, I will go over. If I got some shiny parts, I go over with the Reynolds height, and this will eliminate the shiny part, the shiny. Okay, like here. I will go under this part, shake his eyes like that. Okay, this is good. Now I'm going to use white, and with white I'm going to work on the teeth again, because I don't want them to look like yellow at the end. Even if he's not brushing his teeth, I will not expect that the teeth of the corn lemon prince will be light yellow. Okay, so I apply some white. But you can see I leave the bottom of the teeth in yellow. So I try to apply it just on the tip going down. And here, if the white is a little bit transparent, work with that, is helping, because I want to have a little bit of the yellow going through the white. Okay. Something like that. Something like that. Okay. What happened in some areas? So, for example, here that I find it too white, take a little bit of the Reynolds height, and you sharpen the teeth. Okay, you see? Easy. Okay, now on the tongue I want to give some highlights, and this time I will use purplish color. It's called Demonette, sorry, where I put the color. Because I have it on my palette. Okay, this is the color I'm going to use now, Demonette height, and we're going to apply this just to give some highlight. I like this purple because it's very greyish. Just want to give some highlight. We can mix it with a little bit of white. No, I use like that. Okay, and now let's do the face highlights. Okay, so the colors I'm going to use for that, I'm going to use a red. Okay, and the red I'm going to use is going to be my Mephisto red. Okay, I like just the prepare it on my palette. Prepare all these colors in my wet palette. Okay, this is the one I have. It's dry. This one is the new one. So I will put my Mephisto red. I keep the rhinos hide, as you know. Then I will use fleshy colors because I think it's going to match, going to work better. And I will use cadmium flesh tone and this one, Bookman's glue. Okay, I like to have these intermediate colors, and if needed I have white. The Bookman's is very, I have this. I think I will use more the cadmium flesh tone. I also have yellow in case I want to go a little bit more yellowish. Then I have the cadmium flesh tone to shake it better. And as well we have put some Corvus black on the palette, always a little bit of black. Normally always have black and white on my palette. These are colors that I use a lot. Okay, so let's start with the eyes, for example, a part that I would like to highlight. I start applying the red. Then I apply the cadmium before it's drying completely. Okay. We can also apply then in this part Bookman's glue directly. And I do this. Okay, I will apply some red. But as well, I will play with the red, Bookman's glue and the cadmium. Here I will apply first Bookman's glue to eliminate this whitish part. Now some cadmium. If you find that it's too visible, you can with some red, you glaze it in top. can apply. Like that. Let's say I have runner's height. To accentuate if it's needed the shades. Movement slow. Then red. And I use the Cadian Flystone mix with red. And I always, I don't say how much I mix because I mix directly on my brush sometimes, and I try to color to do it depending how I see. Now I'm using Cadian. The Cadian I have a little bit mixed with a small touch, not too very little of red, and I'm doing this part there. Okay, you can see. Okay. Now let's do the eye bags, and then I will apply some red directly. There. Like that. I don't want to be more. I don't want to put more. I think like that is enough. And now I'm going to apply it. To apply the red. On this part here. And I will use again Cadian Flystone. To do another highlight. Now we'll go with red to tune this down a little bit. But I want to leave it red. Okay. Then we have this type of spiky horn there. I'm going to first put black at the extreme. I will do the same on all the horns. I want them to finish in black. So I'm using the Corvus black to do this way. I put it on my palette. Okay, you want this to finish in black. why I do them? Just I want to see how they will look like. Okay, just to show you. Okay, like that. Okay, we'll correct this white dot and then we'll go there. And here you see I missed this one at the bottom. The color. Okay, how we do the transition to the red? Here I also forget the black here. Then the transition is going to be quite easy. I will take Rhinos height, mix it with red. Okay, about 50-50. And I apply it next to it. Okay, like that. There I cannot do it yet because I have not done the highlight. I'm going to do half of the face and the other half of this part here. We'll finish this half of the face and you can imagine that the other parts are going to be done in the same way. Right, so I apply again, I like to apply a bit of red first. I like to go this red. Okay. You see that this will okay, here I will take some of the mixture I have before with the red and I will go down darken a little bit, you can see, so I smooth it like that. And now again red on the ears. And on the ear in the case. Okay. And once this is done, then I take the Cadian flesh tone and I do some highlights. Like that. Here I will go in this part like that. Okay. I put a little bit more. Okay. I can add a little bit here, but then I will leave it red. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply again Rhinos Guide here at the end. All this. And I'm going to use the same mixture I did before. Rhinos height, well, I have it here in my palette. Rhinos height with red. I will try to smooth this transition. But you see that this one I leave it quite, this area there, leave it quite dark. Okay? Now we are going to do here this part. You see, it's too much this, okay, too white. Now I take red. little bit of Cadian. Like that. See? And I will take again Rhinus hide. And I will clean up here at the bottom. So I want this to look dark. You can go like that. Here it is. No, it's just a matter of balancing your colors back and forth. Like that. Okay, let's do this horn here, and then I will do the other half of the face off camera. So I'm going to apply the Rhinus hide here again. Now I take the mixture and then what I will do is this part, this this depth, I will apply it directly the Corvus black. Okay, like that. And then I take Rhinus hide and I will do here this part there. And I will not highlight the bottom of the lip. What I'm doing is the opposite. I'm darkening all along. Then I will apply here some red. So what I'm doing is I'm playing with the shades. I don't want to make it lighter, this part. I want that if the lips are really, then these spikes I will apply the Rhinus hide. We will need to apply Rhinus hide all over. Then I take red. And I apply red. Okay, and I think like that will look good. Okay, now I will do the other half of the face and I'm back. Okay, next step I'm going to do the tail. So you see how the face looks like now. I think it looks quite threatening, scary. And now I'm going to do the tail. I was not doing the tail because it's touching everywhere and I was concerned that I will rub off the paint. So then I will give it more like an orangey red than the pinky of the rest of the body. Will make the tail differently. And I start with Mephiston red and I will start highlighting like that. Okay, I want to give this sensation of like a more like a, is it like a chitinous or a hard finishing more than a soft. Okay, this is why I go more for the orange to give this differentiation to, like if it was a really bone, not bone, but like the armored tail, right? I don't know how to explain it correctly. That exoskeleton tail, right? Like if the crustaceans, right? Then I will apply Wild Rider red. Wild Rider red is a very, and then I will, you can see that maybe it's too much at the beginning, but I will, as usual, I will play with my Mephiston red to thin it, to match it. I also have Reno's height if I need it, okay? But I also want just to add some more red here. And I want the as you can see, I try to play with different red tonalities depending on the part of the body. Okay. Then again I use Wild Rider red. And you can even put a little bit of orange, this one 12 layer orange at the tip of the tail if you want. Okay, and can take some time to do this, but I think you should not you should spend some time on one of a unique character that should be very threatening, should be one of the centerpieces of your army, right? The big boss. Then if you do War Eaters, even if you do Chaos in general, this is one of the big guys, together with Abaddon. And now we have as well let's call this Mortarion and I forgot the names now. And the one from the Thousand Sons, Magnus. So we have all this. So I think you should spend time on these guys, right? On the Primarchs. You should spend time. I'm waiting to see if I can put my hands on Lionel Johnson, but it seems that it's difficult to get it. So you can see how I'm doing this. So I will do another segment. Of course I will not do all these segments on camera because this will make the video too long and repetitive, right? You don't need to see how I do all the different segments of the tail. But this is the idea. I go over this, then I go on this, and then I go like that, and we go. Okay. I think I'm starting to be more motivated, and I'm hoping to be more often now on camera, and even I would like to start doing some live shows. Okay, so you can see, and now again we go with the Wild Rider red, and we go over it. Like that. And now we take a little bit of orange and let's do this tip of the spike, and we give some you don't need to put orange everywhere, just in some places. And then time for the next segment, and like that I'm going to do the whole tail. Okay, so now I have done the tail. You can see the face how it looks like. Okay, the tail. Okay, on the bottom I did the same. And then we also have done the skulls. So here we finalize this part on the painting tutorial of Angron, and we go for the next one, that is going to be the wings. So we keep working on him. I hope you have enjoyed this part. Please give a like if you have liked it, share if you think other people can be interested, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything.